They say that the human race is doomed, that we have lost touch with our true nature, that the media has corrupted us, and that the planet has no future. I disagree. I believe that humanity is full of hope, and that our salvation lies within each one of us. My name is Brian Rose, and my job is to listen, the oldest method of learning known to man. Each week I seek out individuals that are changing the world, people who are living and thinking in a different way. Their stories will challenge your beliefs, make you question your choices, and perhaps inspire you to change. I never planned on doing any of this, but now I can't stop. Join me on this mission and make humanity something we can all be proud of. This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is David Williams, recent graduate of the Business Accelerator. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
It's great to be here. Great to have you here. Tell us about you. Where are you from? What do you do?
Okay, so I'm from the UK originally, and I now live in Portugal. I've been living in Portugal for the last almost 5 years, and I'm involved in a project in Portugal that runs meditation retreats, and it's basically empowering people to go just beyond the concept of the limiting concept they have of themselves as their mind, as their ego, and to really start to go deeper into who we are as consciousness, as spirit.
And what was going on kind of within you, to make you want to go on this business journey with us? What was going on kind of in your head, and even in your business and surrounding you to make you say, okay?
Well, that's really interesting, because right now in my personal life, this came along not at the right time. I'm in the middle of building a house. We're halfway through that, so starting a business course, Accelerator, just was like, okay, this isn't the right time. But I've been following London Real for about 3 or 4 years, and the Business Accelerator has just been on my radar. It's been something like, wow, there's something to this. I've felt drawn to it. And when it came around this time, and I came on the webinar you did, and I was just like, there was just something inside of me. It was just saying, David, you got to do this. You got to do this. And then I had obviously doubts and questions, saying, well, yeah, but you don't have any. I mean, what are you going to offer as a business? But I just I'm at a stage in my life now where I'm more interested in what my heart's saying than my head. So I just felt that feeling in my heart, and I just went with that. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm going to go with this. I spoke to my wife, who wasn't in the country at the time, and explained, hey, look, there's this Business Accelerator coming up. I really want to be a part of it, and I was kind of half expecting to say, but yeah, this isn't the right time, or how much is it? And she's just like, sounds great, do it. I was like, okay, fine. It was like, okay, all the signs were pointing. So I just took a leap of faith. And I remember just before I signed up, as having all these doubts and stuff, and I connected with you. I connected with your heart, and I felt you, and I just felt a big yes, like, yeah, I trust you, I trust what you're doing, and I want to be a part of it. So I pulled the trigger.
Wow, that's strong. And it's weird, because it's never the right time, is it?
Yeah,
but that's life. It's like never the right time to have the baby, probably not even to build a house, probably to start the business.
I think if I'd known that there was another one coming up later in the year, maybe I would have put it off. But you actually said in your webinar, this could be the only one we're running this year, and I was like, I'm not willing to wait another year. This is the right time. Yeah. And I'd actually contacted you 2 or 3 business accelerators ago. I'd come off a long meditation retreat, and I wrote you a mail, and you hit me back, and yeah, it wasn't quite the right time then, but
yeah. And what was going on in your business at the time? Like, what were you struggling with?
At the beginning, I didn't have a business.
Okay,
I mean, I
right.
came in with nothing.
Nothing.
I filled out the form where it said business ideas. No, none, nada, zip.
Right.
Yeah.
And why London Real?
Because you guys really are empowering people to be the best versions of themselves, and you're authentic, and it's palpable. It's that's why London Real. You guys are real. Yeah. I really believe you're genuinely. It's not about making money. It's about changing lives, and I freaking feel that, and everything you do emanates that.
You probably feel that when I'm on those live calls with you guys.
Oh man, those live calls are friggin' awesome.
So let's talk about the course. You pull the trigger, you jump in. I mean, you probably have a rough idea what to expect, but I throw you in this Facebook group. There's 150 people.
Yeah.
I'm throwing modules at you. There's the accountability doc.
Yeah.
You got my liveness, a couple hours a week. What's that whole first week or two like for you?
It feels like a long time ago. I think once we were assigned teams, and we had some contact with our team leader. One of the reasons I signed up was for the accountability, because I knew that for me to take the next step, I needed accountability. Wasn't going to be something I did on my own, or if I did, it was going to take a lot longer. So I really signed up for the accountability as a big part of that. So the first week was kind of crazy. I kind of knew it was going to be intense. There was an advert of you on YouTube that came up where you were kind of talking about rainbows and, I don't know, flying unicorns, and then you turned into this army guy saying this is going to push you to the limits, and we're going to make this as a team, and we're going to go through that. And that really, for me, kind of summed up the energy of the course. It was like we were pushed in ways that I don't think we would have pushed ourselves without it.
What was something you really enjoyed on the course, or a big win for you now that you look back?
A big win. I think actually creating a business was a big win, because from coming in from nothing to actually creating a business was a huge win. Going live on webinars, actually selling product, those were massive wins. But I think the fact of actually standing out publicly in front of my friends and family and saying, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, I think that's got to be probably the biggest win, or even just really living my passion.
How did they respond?
Awesome. I mean, my niche was helping men with premature ejaculation. So
it's a good niche.
Yeah.
That's a proper micro niche.
Yeah, I microed it right down. And I remember speaking to my mum, she was asking about the business course, how's it going? I said, yeah, it's going really well. And so what's going to be your business? I said, it's going to be helping men with premature ejaculation. She's like, oh, okay, and then, once I kind of told my mum, told my dad, put it on Facebook, there's kind of like, who else is there to tell that, it's going to be hard to tell? I'd done it, so.
Yeah, it's like kind of coming out, and now you can actually be yourself and then get on with business.
Yeah.
It's amazing how those fears we all hold inside our heads hold us back so much.
Absolutely.
And they're 98% unfounded.
Yeah.
But they free you up.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the community.
Yeah.
What's it like, to meet all these people? I know you're in London now, and you met a few of them last night.
Yeah.
Speak on that.
How is it? It's awesome. I mean, I've never spent so much time and gone so deep with a group of people that I've never actually physically met. So now this is like the kind of getting to eat your cake. It's like we've done the work. We've got to know each other really well. We've been there through the hard times. We've supported each other, and now we're enjoying the fruits of our labor, and we're getting to actually be with each other in person, and just share the joys and the camaraderie that's built, and it's just very exciting. It's just very good to be together.
Why'd you come to graduation?
Why? Oh man, I couldn't have missed this. Meeting you, being at the headquarters, meeting all my team. yeah, and celebrating the win, man, because it's a win. I mean, just completing the course is a win. It's a friggin' win, I tell you.
Was it hard, the course?
Yeah, yeah, it was hard.
Can you describe why?
And
what you struggled with more than anything?
I think it's hard because you're stepping out. It's fast paced. I mean, we're completing modules in a very quick pace. So it's like we're always outside of our comfort zone, and that's challenging because there's no kind of safe place to reference. It's like this is all very new. I'm stepping out, and that was challenging. That was intense. And I think, like the part where we had to reach out to influencers and stuff like that, we're actually having to put ourselves out there, where we're standing for who we are, what we believe in, and we're putting that out. And then there's the work, the technical side, so creating a website, actually generating income, going on a webinar. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I've never been so terrified in all of my life than that run up to the webinar.
How did you actually get through it and do it?
Because I had two choices. I either did it or I didn't, and I wasn't going to quit. So I just practiced all the techniques that I use myself: meditation, breathing, trusting the process, and just doing it, just taking each next step as it came.
And what was the result of your webinars?
The result was amazing. I mean, it was amazing to be able to share my passions with people that had come to hear me talk, and to just to actually interact with people in that way, to make sales.
What was that like when people say, "Yeah, I'm going to buy your course"?
Surreal. Yeah, it was surreal. But it was also confirmation. It was like, yeah, you've got something to offer here, because people are willing to actually pay for what I had to give. So it was afterwards. It was like, it was kind of like validation. Not that I needed specific validation, but it was like you have got something to give, and there's value. Value.
Yeah, as I kept saying on the course, like when people vote with their credit card, it's just a different thing. You know, people can congratulate you, they can like your videos and share your videos, but when someone actually pulls it out, you have a proof of concept. Like, this is something real. And I'm telling you, those first few digital sales, there is some kind of weird magnetic energy going on there with that transaction. It's not even about money. Mm-hmm. It's about another human trusting you to guide them. And it's just something weird that happens. Yeah. But I think that's why you feel like, wow.
And I found it very embodying, actually, because it was really, that process is really helped me embody what it is that I have to give, because I'm actually now helping guide other people with that. So I really had to take ownership of it, and I felt that kind of like an embodying process.
Yeah, I mean, also it forces you to step up and deliver. Yeah. So that's kind of what we do in the courses. I'm like, all right, focus on sales, 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 sales. Don't worry about the product, because I know once you sell, you're like, okay, now I got to deliver like 110% and make these people just deliver wow. Yeah. And I know you guys will do it. And so then that takes you to another level. Yeah. And I think for a lot of people too, this whole relationship with money is tricky, especially in your field. You know, there's a lot of people that, that don't have the greatest relationship with money. And they're like, okay, this is energy. These are ideas that we should share with people. Yeah. But that also leads to a lot of problems.
Yeah. What do you mean by my field?
Well, like, I think people that are in a field that gets people to like connect, to be also thinking about like their energy and their passion, and in holistic fields. Yeah. I think people think as money is something, oh no, that's what other people do. And I don't want to play that game. Yeah. But unfortunately, that actually leads to a whole lot of problems. And by actually getting that money transaction in there, it can really change the game and really actually allow you to make a bigger impact on the world.
Right. And I experienced that personally with the Business Accelerator, and the fact of the investment, at the beginning, was such an important factor. $3,000 for me was a huge amount of money. but it was so important that that I paid that, because it made me go much deeper into myself as a result. I took it seriously, and I felt within the first week that I'd already got the value. Within the first week, because I'd had to dive deep, I really soul search. Who am I? What am I about? What do I want to share? What have I got to give? And that is priceless. That is priceless.
Yeah, that's deep work, isn't it?
That's friggin' deep work.
Yeah, it's weird to explain that concept, and I always talk about my story when I learned to meditate. I went to a transcendental meditation course, and back in the day, TM would charge like a couple $1,000s. This is before YouTube. And I was like, what? It's a lot of money. But when I did it, I showed up and I did the work, and I was like, all right, I'm invested in this process. And it got me to where I meditated this morning. But if it had been a free YouTube video, I would have never done it. And so it's this weird dichotomy where you want to spread your ideas, but if you don't get people to do the pay price to action, that they're not going to be invested. That's why I love the Accelerator, because not only you're invested, but all of your classmates are just as much. And that's why that energy is intense. If it was a free webinar, and I've done tons of those, it just doesn't happen the same way. And you guys can learn from that same example when you charge your customers.
Yeah.
Because you get people that really want to change, they want to listen to your message, and then you can move forward. So it sounds like you figured out exactly what we were teaching. Biggest takeaway from the course for you, and like what do the next 12 months look like for you with you developing your business?
I think the biggest takeaway for me is really the mindset. It's really we really have a choice. We have a choice what we put our attention on, whether we're going to go with our limiting self, beliefs, our doubts, our subconscious, or whether we really choose to tune into that part of ourselves that is alive in all of us, where we're tapped into unlimited potential. And it's so easy for us to get knocked off track and go with self-doubt and fear and everything else. But just making that choice to actually live that truth, unlimited potential, that's what really stands out to me. I really believe it. I felt it in my own experience. You asked earlier what got me through the webinars. It was that. It's like tapping into that unlimited potential in every moment, living that, realizing it, breathing it. And that's my biggest takeaway. And also Susan, our team leader, always talked about winning as a choice. Winning as a choice. And that's something that's instilled in me. I choose to win even if I fail. It's a mindset. It's a not giving up. It's just a get up, do what you need to do, and just keep going. So winning is a choice. I love that.
Very strong.
Yeah.
Tell me about David. Like if we went down to the roundabout and walked around, or we went to Portugal in the mountains, and I met the guy who he didn't take the course. He was busy building the house and thinking about maybe turning his passion into a business. But like, how are you different than that guy?
How am I different from that guy? I'm sharing what I'm deeply passionate about. I'm living it. I'm helping others. I'm empowering others to, go deeper into their relationships with themselves, their bodies, their sexuality, their sexual energy, which is something I've been doing for a while. But I'm actually living and breathing that now, and I'm helping other people with that. If I hadn't have done the course, I would be still practicing that myself, but I would be, I'd be further along with the house, but I wouldn't be empowered to stand in front of someone that I'd not met and said, hey, look, this is what I'm about. This is how I can help you. And this is how I want to help you. This is how I can add value to your life. I wouldn't be doing that in a big way. I wouldn't have a business. And
this is kind of what we're trying to do in these accelerators.
I know.
Obviously, we're trying to change the world with our own message and empower people. But what I love more than anything is to empower people like you, so you can go out there and just change the world with your energy. And it seems like a waste to not have you in front of that person saying, look, there's all sorts of things you can be doing with your life. So it's like we're almost creating this army of people that are changing the world.
Yeah, and I think we all have we all have something to give. We all have something to give. We have a passion. We have a purpose. We all have it, and I feel like I'm a proven case of that, because I came in with nothing, no business experience, no idea, and I've now tapped into what I'm passionate about, what I had to give, and I've created a business from that, and I think we have a responsibility to do that, to actually to manifest that, to give our gifts to the world. You know, I think we have a responsibility for that.
I do too. Last question to someone who's watching us who is in the same situation you were, say 10 weeks ago, who's on the fence, not sure if they should take the course.
Pull the trigger. I mean, I think Dan Pena had a big impact on me when he talks about, I just see so much potential in you. I see so much potential in everyone. I see so much potential, and yeah, I think we all, like I said, we have a responsibility to unleash that potential.
David, it's been a huge honor having you on this course. Your energy is the reason that I love teaching these courses. For me, it's true, I love sitting in this chair, but I think teaching is actually, I love it even more, just to see you all transform and just create big things and big impact. So I'll be watching you, especially over the next 12 months. So just keep doing big things and, you know, touch some more lives. And, you know, thanks for joining us on this journey, and welcome to the family.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
No, it's my honor. And as we say on London Real, it's about the journey. So
absolutely,
let's do this. Yeah,
let's do it.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
London Real doesn't stop when the conversation ends. You see, that's when we get started. Because everything begins with a thought, and then comes the action. The London Real Academy is our global transformation platform. Here we bring together thousands of students from over 75 countries. Whether you want to build a profitable business from your passion, or learn to speak to inspire, or broadcast yourself with your very own podcast, or accelerate your life to become a high-performance person, we have the online accountability course and personal mentoring program that will make your dream a reality. Join us, and we'll take your life to the next level, together. Our next Accelerator course is starting soon. They say that the human race